Hello everyone, today I'm going to show you how to subtract whole numbers, mixed numbers, and fractions. Imagine that we have this problem here. Now one critical thing about when you're subtracting a mixed number with a whole number, you need to see if the mixed number comes first, then the whole number, or if it's the other way around. In this case, the mixed number comes first. Whenever this is the case and you're subtracting a mixed number, which comes first, with a whole number, the problem is fairly easy. All you have to do is take the whole number in front of the mixed number here and literally subtract it with this number. So that means we're going to do 6 minus 2, which is 4, and you keep the fraction part of it here, which is 1/3. And that's your final answer. Now, the only problem is when it's the other way around. So it means what? It's when the whole number comes first, and the mixed number comes after. That's when it is a problem. So we're not allowed to do 9 minus 4, which is 5, then keep the fraction. We're not allowed to do that. So whenever this is the case where the whole number comes first, what I want you to do is, the steps to take is to borrow 1 from the 9. Borrow 1 from the 9. So the 9 is no longer 9, it becomes an 8. Now the 1 that we borrowed, what I want you to do with it is to turn it into a fraction. To turn it into a fraction, keep in mind we still have this thing here. So to turn it into a fraction, you're going to look at the denominator of this guy here, of the mixed number here. Since the denominator is 11, you want to make the denominator of that guy here also 11. Now, it will always be like that when you're doing a problem like this. Whatever number is on the bottom here will always be the same number on top. So what did we change the 9 into? We changed it into 8, 11 over 11. Now, why did we use 11? Just because we have 11 here. If this one was 12, this will be 12 over 12. If this one was 20, this would be 20 over 20. Then what is the next step? The next step is to do whole numbers with whole numbers. So 8 minus 4, which is 4. Then, since they already have the same denominator, which is convenient, we keep the denominator the same, and we subtract the top numbers. So that means we're doing 11 minus 3, which is 8. We check if we can reduce, which we can't in this case. So this is your final answer, which is totally different from this one if we try to do it that way. So here's another example here. So let's say that you have 15, 7 over 8 minus 12, 2 over 3. Again, first thing you need to look for is common denominator. They're not the same, you go on the side. 8 times 1 is 8, 8 times 2 is 16, 8 times 3 is 24. 3 times 2 is 6, 3 times 3 is 9, 3 times 4 is 12, 3 times 5 is 15, 3 times 6 is 18, 3 times 7 is 21, 3 times 8 is 24. We can stop again. Why? Because we can clearly see what the common denominator here is, the 24, because I see it here and I see it there also. So it means what? It means that I'm going to try to change that 8 into 24. I'm going to try to change that 3 into 24. Now 8 times what gives me 24? It's 8 times 3. 7 times 3. Because whatever I do on the bottom, I have to do it to the top. 3 times what gives me 24? Because I want to change my 3 into a 24. 3 times 8. Whatever I do on the bottom, I do it to the top. Now, again, the whole number part here, we leave it the same. So keep in mind, this is the whole number here. And this whole number here, we keep it also the same. So 8 times 3 is 24, and 7 times 3 is 21. 3 times 8 is 24, and 2 times 8 is 16. Now that they have the same denominator, we can combine them. So we're going to do whole number here with the whole number here. So 15 minus 12 give us 3. Top number with top number. So 21 minus 16 is 5. Then the denominators are the same. They always stay the same. So 3, 5 over 24. And in this case, we cannot simplify, so we leave it that way. That's your final answer. So let's do one last example. Let's say that you have 11, 5, 12 minus 2, 11 over 16. Again, first thing we look for is common denominator. Since they don't have the same denominator, you go on the bottom here again, and you start adding 12, 12 plus 12 is 24. Keep on adding 12. 4 plus 2 is 6. 2 plus 1 is 3. Add 12 one more time. 6 plus 2 is 8. 3 plus 1 is 4. So that means if you add 12 once, I get 24. Add 12 again, I get 36. Add 12 again, I'll get 48. Do the same thing to 16. Add 16. 6 plus 6 is 12. Carry a 1. 1 plus 1 is 2 plus 1 is 3. Add another 16. 2 plus 6 is 8. 3 plus 1 is 4. I can stop. When I add a 1 16, I get 32. Add another 16, I get 48. And this is the common number I was looking for. So the common denominator here is 48. So that means we're going to try to change the 12 into a 48 and change the 16 into 48. So we have to think in terms of multiplication. 12 times what gives us 48? Again, look at the 12 and look at the 48. The 48 is in what spot here? So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 spots, so 12 times 4. So whatever I do on the bottom, do it to the top. And 16 times what gives me 48? 16 is in what spot here? The third spot. 1, 2, 3. So 16 times 3 gives me 48. Whatever I do on the bottom, do it to the top. So now I have 11. That's we don't touch, stays the same. I have 5 times 4, which is 20. And 11 times 3, if you go on the side, you'll realize that it's 33. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 1 is 3. So 33. Now here's the problem. The rule was to do whole number, the 11 with the 2, whole numbers with whole numbers, and the top with the top. But we have a problem. If I have 20, I cannot take away 33 from it. 33 is too big. I don't have enough. If I have 20, I cannot take away 33 from it. So whenever you find yourself in a situation like this, here's a trick. It will always work. So what you're going to do is, you're going to borrow a 1 from the 11. The 11 is no longer 11, it becomes a 10. You're going to keep the denominator the same, 48. You're going to keep this part the same because this part wasn't the problem. This part was the problem. Why? Because this 20 was too small for me to take 33 away from it. So my goal is to make this a little bit bigger because the 20 was a little bit too small. So I want to make it bigger. So the trick to make it bigger is just a trick, guys, to make you go faster, is to leave the 20 untouched and to add, because we're trying to make it a little bit bigger, to add the bottom to it, whatever the bottom is. Since the bottom here is 48, that's why we're going to add to it. If it was 36, I'll add 36 to it. If it was 25, I'll add 25, whatever it is. Now my problem becomes something new now. So 20 plus 48, which is 68, over 48. Now the top is a little bit much more bigger compared to here, where it was 20, and I couldn't take away 33 from it. Now it's 68. Now I can take away 33 from it. Now we can do 68 minus 33. Now we can do 68, take away 33, because this number became a little bit bigger now. So now we can apply the rule. Do the whole number with the whole number, so 10 minus 2, which is 8. The top here with the top. So we're going to do 68, take away 33. So if you don't know what it is, go on the side and literally do it. So 8 take away 3 is 5. 6 take away 3 is 3. So it's 35. And then 48 stays the same. Common denominator always stays the same. In this case, that's your final answer because we cannot reduce. No matter how big the number looks here, we cannot reduce this fraction. So this is your final answer. Thanks for watching and make sure you practice. Bye.